Oh boy, we this is not great. This is not great at all. I'll explain in a minute. Oh my god. Oh, way annoying. And just downright gross. It's the 5th of May. Cinco de Mayo, right? This show comes to you from the Baldwin Ace Hardware, Beer Bunker Studio smack dab in the beautiful suburban community of Hudsonville, Michigan. The Eric Zane Show podcast begins now. Hey, babe. Yeah.
Hey, everyone. Kenny from Nashville here. And after a long day of listening to some crappy death metal, I like to unwind with the Eric Zane Show podcast. Yeah. Here's your host, Eric Zane.
Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Jimmy. All right. This, of course, is a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every day of the week. This is the 580th time that I have done this. Wow, hard to believe, but we keep grinding. The hustle continues. So thank you so much. If you are enjoying the show on the live stream, it is happening in several spots. Facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page. Please like the page, follow it, share what's happening right now. Thank you so much. It's brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. So thank you for that. A Periscope video on Twitter. That's brought to you by Blue Frost IT. You can watch there as well. At Eric Zane Show on Twitter. Please retweet it with a snarky comment. Thank you. Like it. You know, the little heart symbol helps a lot. Thank you so much. And then, of course, the almighty YouTube. Eric Zane Show on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Bell notification. Thumbs up. Off you go. I'm on Instagram. I don't go there. I don't do a ton on Instagram. I do Instagram Instant Trivia, which has been tough to finish up, to do it as much as I'd like to because of hockey and just involvement and different things. But I am going to get back to it eventually, I promise. For the sake of MB Distributing, I will. Eric Zane Show on Instagram, brought to you by the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. And, of course, as always, you can correspond with me directly via the old-fashioned way, not snail mail, not fax, but email. That's like the new old-fashioned way. Eric at ericzaneshow.com on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. And, of course, wherever you download podcasts, you can find the audio podcast downloadable, Eric Zane Show. Just search that out. Easy to find. Also, all of this is at ericzaneshow.com, including my merch and the stuff. So you can't miss it. If you ever reach out to me and say, hey, how do I get to here? How do I do that? It's just, you just got to look. It's what my wife tells me. Look, use your eyes, root around, investigate like a child. Okay? I have two, maybe three questions for Dear Meathead. A little light on the questions. Reach out, Eric at ericzaneshow.com, subject line, Dear Meathead, with a question for Dad. Dad is pissed. I didn't piss him off, but he is pissed. God, I had a question ready to go, but no, I can't find it now for Dear Meathead. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. Yeah, Dad is bumming. First of all, before I get to that, it's a real dog dilemma this morning. When enough ridiculous things happen, it's kind of like the good moments with the pets are outweighed by the bad moments. And when those moments happen with a high degree of regularity, you start to get frustrated and like, man, Jesus, this is just freaking terrible. I am not enjoying the dogs right now at all. And that's where I am with these dogs. And it isn't all their fault. In fact, very little of it. Well, in fact, none of it is their fault. They're dogs. It's not like they intentionally go and want to do these things. But let me just say, I sat down here. I'm getting set to start this show off. And then you know, it's really remarkable to me that a creature that eats the same thing every day, some dog food and drinks water. That's it. I mean, how can a dog fart be so damn horrible? What are they putting into that food that I am paying so much for? My gosh. It's and it keeps happening. Actually, I think what's happened is the a stench is so strong that typically if you let one go, it fades as the parts per million kind of spreads out into the room, into the molecules of the air. It's awful, but that's just the way it is. And then eventually it leaves. Since this happened 15 minutes ago, it's as bad now as it was when it happened. And I'm like, how can it? I mean, is the room saturated? Is there no other place where I open up the window? I got cold, close the window, started the show, and it's like, this is how this is going to be. I got to sit in this right before the show starts. And I'm like, oh God, well, I can't not invite the dogs up here. They're like, hell, the only reason why you guys are here is to see the dogs anyway. I know you're not here to listen to me bitch about them or talk about whatever the hell I'm going to talk about. My gosh. And then, so last night, this is my gripe section of the show. I spend all day here with these dogs, and if you have this, you have to let them out quite regularly. These dogs aren't like the type of dogs that they go and like hit the bell, and when they want to go out, they kind of just walk up to you and stare at you. That's the cue that they want to go out. And you've got a few attempts at that. They will try that a few times. And then if you don't let them out, they're going to go in the house. Bruce especially. And there's one particular spot he likes to go, and that he likes to pee on Daisy's bed in this laundry room that we have, in our laundry room. Everybody has a laundry room. And so, all right. Earlier in the day, there's no dog food for Bruce. And I know there's a can of it somewhere. And so Diana is out. She went out to Arby's with the NFK. And I go, hey, where's the dog food? This can of dog food. He won't eat unless he has some of this soft food, wet food, I guess. I hate that they just call it that, mixed in with his dry food. She says, I don't know where it is. I go, okay, well, that's frustrating. I go, you're out. Can you stop and get some? Well, we don't want our food to get cold. But she's right there, right by the place. Chow Hound. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I don't want to fight. And if I twist her arm to stop and run in, grab a can of dog food, bring it home so the dog can eat, it's going to be the end of the world. So I'm like, okay. So I take Bruce's food and I mix it with like gravy from the fridge. So like people food. Maybe that's the reason why it stinks so bad right now. I don't know, man. It might have just wrecked his insides. But he loves it. He crushes the food. I'm like, oh, thank God. Dinah comes home. A little bit later on, I drive all the way out there, even though she was right there. She was right there. Get the dog food and come home. In the time that I did that, the dogs obviously had to use the bathroom because I come walking in the door and the dog is pissed in the laundry room. And I'm like, so I go, hey, honey, can you come here a minute? And she's got her feet up. She's watching Family Feud with the NFK or whatever. I go, hey, could you come here a minute? Now, I don't want to just yell it out. I don't want to say, hey, honey, and just talk about it in front of the NFK, because if you do that, he will get involved. All right. You have to be very, very careful not to have anything. If you talk about anything in front of him, he gets wound up, and it's like you're talking to him. You're looking at your wife saying, honey, could you have let the dogs out? I mean, seriously, when you're home and the dogs are here, you gotta let the dogs out. And he'd go, hey, motherfucking shit. Shit, fuck. He would have defended her, even though he shouldn't have any place in this talk whatsoever. So, hey, honey, come here. I gotta show you something. She comes walking around. I go, and I'm very calmly, very quietly, I go, hey, when I go, the dogs, every so often you got to let them out. I mean, there's the dog Pete. So I was really proud of myself because, I showed some restraint. I didn't lecture her. I just was cool about it, laid back, and so that was that. No big deal. I really got it down with I mean, I wanted to go crazy. That's what you do, right? But I kept thinking about size of the problem, size of the reaction. You got to respond appropriately. There's also a pile of dog puke. Okay, so one dog is puked, another dog is peed. Now you can't really predict when a dog's going to puke, but this is a problem. These dog things are building up. All right. This is a big bitch session is what this is. Diana where the dog puked is this rug. She's going to throw the rug in the washer. She opens up the washer and this horrible mold smell comes rolling out of the washer and it fills the house. Now the whole house stinks. What was in there has been left there for days. Now you got to understand, I threw a dog bed into there, another dog thing. I threw a dog bed that needed to be washed into there, and I washed it. And I was going to bed, and I said to Madison, I go, can you do me a favor? Yes. This is going to be done in a few minutes. Can you just pull it out of there, throw it into the dryer? And then that's it. It's done. Yes. Did she do that? No. Did she FaceTime or the guy that she's seen, dating? They're not boyfriend, girlfriend yet, so I'm told. Did she talk to him and do whatever they do when they're talking to each other? Yes. Oh, yeah, there was plenty of that. Did she do what I asked her? No. So then 3 days later, you open up the washer, and I mean, I don't know what's worse, the dog farts or that thick, gross mold smell. So instantly, I feel myself getting cancer or whatever it is, or some type of lung disease from this mold. Now it's filling the house. And Diana, I go, do we wash them again? She goes, no, you got to throw this out. I go, oh, okay, so throw this shit out. So, all right. Dogs go outside. All right, great. This morning, O'Neill, he wakes up. He starts chowing on grass in the backyard. He starts barfing. Every dog is barfing. I don't even know who barfed the night before, but it's all this dog shit just piling up on me. My God. So now I'm sitting in this absolute mess right now, trying to focus on doing this show. And I'm stuck. There isn't a GD thing I can do about it. But vent. Hopefully to the delight of you. And here's the thing. There's a story I have that some of you sent about nose size. I've got a very effective nose. I smell things that the average human does not smell with this nose. It's a big nose. There's a lot of olfactory receptors in there. If I walk into a room I'm like, what is that? And Diana's like, I don't smell anything. I go, oh, I do. So this is really, really bad. By the way, thank you to everybody who sent along stories. I appreciate that. I see that Dirk has just sent in a story, and this is important because for a second there, I thought that I had hurt him so much that he had stopped sending stories. I had been busting his balls and trolling him, and then he suddenly stopped sending me stories. I think he's only going to stop sending me his what do you call it? Political stories. You can still send those political stories. That's fun because then I can send them back to you, Project announcement, evaluation of the Department of Defense's action regarding the unidentified aerial phenomena. Oh, I cannot even wait to read this one. All right. I don't want to get into it now, but thank you. My dad, as I said, dear Meathead, coming up a little bit later on. I need questions. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. I reached out to Dad yesterday. So every Memorial Day weekend, it's a tradition. We go up north to Fear Bunker North, with the property that used to be my dad's, now mine. We go up there, we hang out, and that's it. That's the way it is now. You've got my dad, of course, has stepchildren, my stepsisters. They all show up too, and it's great. It's just really, really laid back, just a fun time, and it's every Memorial Day. So we all stay on our property, and that's it. Now, tell me what you think about this. I reach out to all the step family, and I go, hey, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on Memorial Day weekend. And then that's it. And then one of the members reaches back and says, oh, we're going the week before. And so right away, I'm like, huh. So basically, a conversation was had with every person involved except, the one who's hosting. What? Are you kidding me? So all these people want to come stay at Fear Bunker North, our property. They decided to go the week before, and I have no idea. Now, the ghetto side of me wants to go, hey, go fuck yourself. No, you're not. But I'm old now, and I'm on good medicine. So what did I do? I went, well, I'm actually booked the weekend before. You guys have a good time. Knock yourselves out, and I'll catch you later down the road. Which is that is a super mature thing to do right there. And I think I would like some credit from the world. I would love everyone to pat me on the back. I think I will, because I'm guessing that all of you hearing this are like, what the fuck? How the fuck did that happen? But that actually happened. So let's just review. Hey, I'm looking forward to having you guys at our property for Memorial Day. It's always, because you got the extra day there. It's just good. You make breakfast for everybody. I make breakfast for everybody. We have cookouts. We sit by the fire. We laugh. We talk about the old times. My dad's there, 87 years old. Joanne's there. It's great. Oh, no, we're going up the week before. Oh, okay. What a fucking slight. Holy shit. That is remarkable. That is bold. Incredibly bold. But I was like, oh, okay, no worries. No worries. Sounds good. So I didn't say shit. I didn't say a word. I'm saying a word now, but who cares? It's part of the show. And I honestly don't mind. Is that a bold thing to do? Absolutely. Would you have handled it differently? Maybe you might have gotten bent out of shape, but I was like, I don't want to. Size of the problem, Eric. Size of the problem. So I kind of just sidestepped the traditional response of just telling people to go to hell. And I just moved out of the way, let them go right on by. And that was that. There's a couple other details to it that are make it a little weird, but I'm just going to save all that stuff. So then, now, my dad has no clue. These folks have committed to the idea. They've told no one that matters. Me and my dad. No one has any idea about this. And so I call my dad yesterday, and I small talk, and I go, hey, by the way, just so you know, the plan for going up for Memorial Day is now that the group is going up the week before. What? I go, and I didn't tell it in like a I'm telling on them fashion. I just said, yeah, Dad, I reached out. I told him exactly how it happened, but not like I'm being a dick. I just said, hey, yeah, I reached out and said, so is everybody coming for Memorial Day? And I was told that the group is going the week before. They didn't talk to you? He right away sniffs it out. They didn't talk to you? And I go, I didn't lie to him. I go, no, they did not. He goes, I am upset. They did not. I knew nothing of this. No one consulted us. No one consulted you. This is highly questionable. I don't like this in any way. I go, well, he goes, I am going to say something. I go, well, keep me out of it. I don't want you to, okay. It's okay if you from your standpoint, if you don't like something, by all means, you say what you need to say. But I don't even want anything to do with it. Yes, it's bold, but I don't want any trouble. They can go up, they can use it. Yes, it's irregular, but sorry, I'm staying out of it. If that's how it's going to be, I just assume keep a smile on my face and keep your feet on the ground, as Casey used to say. So he is annoyed, and he actually said, "I am pissed. I am pissed about this." So, just so you know, DC says, I agree with you, Eric. Rude move on their part. Megan says, Lexapro for the assist. Pat on the back, Eric. This time, just let it go. Forgive, but don't forget. No, I forget the whole thing. I don't give a shit. I'm still going to go up there on Memorial Day. We just won't be there with the group. I would have liked to have seen everyone and had a good time, but, whatever. It's Marcy says rude. Kenny says cold-blooded. A Dear Meathead question would probably be too close to home. Yeah, we oh boy. I guarantee you, he laid awake at night. Last night. Are they listening right now? Probably not. I'm guessing not. And, honestly, if they are listening right now, I didn't do anything. I mean, is that rude? Well, yeah, it's rude. You decide to you change the date of the event that I host, and you didn't ask me. Of course, that's rude. So, but. Yes, it's rude. Am I bothered by it? No. Am I going to let it ruin anything? No, but you cannot deny that that's rude. So, that's not my problem. If I'm just pointing out what is, and that is, if someone has a problem with that, well, too bad. Kate says, I'd have been so mad. Chris says, well done, Eric. Tony says, proud of you. You acted maturely. So there you go. Terry says, get it all out, buddy. We're here for you. No, I'm not. I'm fine. Whatever. Adam says, it's setting a precedent. Maybe, but whatever. It's family. I don't give a shit. The No Name channel says 0.000000001% is listening already. No, you're right on that. I think we're safe. Look at me. I've got the numbers of people that listen to this show. Opie from the Opie and Anthony show, he would see that and go, God dang, nobody listens. Nobody even pays attention to this guy. So that gives you an idea. I know where I'm at in the scheme of all these things. So. Tandy says, really, it's like they just want to enjoy your property, just not with you. Yeah, it's hard not to feel that way. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Let's all go there and not tell Eric about it. Oh, shit. All right, I reached out to Ben from the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast, my old radio partner, trying to get an update on what happened at the Garage Bar last night in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I needed an update on Ben's bombing. Lately, for the last week on social media, we've been promoting that hashtag Bomb City for any of Ben's appearances. This guy is a glutton for punishment with 4 open mic events this week. Now, I have no idea on the status of the bombings. You got a Monday bombing, maybe. Last night at the Garage Bar. He is at River City Saloon in Grand Rapids tonight for another potential bomb fest. And then Thursday, where I want to attend, and I actually reached out to him yesterday. I go, hey, what time do you go on stage? This is yesterday. And he goes, no idea. And he goes, I don't want you to come. And I'm like, what? He wants me to hear the audio. So he's supposed to send me audio of one of his, stand-up bombings. And because I demanded it. So he's going to send that thing. And he goes, I want you to get the audio before you show up. And it's like, dude, you just accept it. Let me go. And so I said to him, I want to go yesterday, or he got the idea that I wanted to go. And he said, no, I don't want you to show up. No, I cannot show up at River City Saloon tonight because I have hockey. But I've talked about this Thursday thing on the east side at Mahala Cafe Bar. And he goes, they don't even sell drinks there. And I go, that's all right. I don't drink. I just want to go. I'm never under the influence. So I want to see you perform. He's doing the stand-up thing Thursday night. I'm going to that. Mahala Cafe Bar Thursday. I will be there, my little mask on, watching Ben do his thing. He has got to, I don't know. The whole idea that he doesn't want people that know him as he performs is like, dude, for people who do stand-up, love being in front of people. Get on that mic and get out there and bomb your ass off. The bomb streak is, I don't even know what it is. I'm just assuming he bombed Monday and Tuesday. But hashtag no laughs for the Bomb City baller, Ben. Reached out to him this morning. I need a bomb update. There's no way he's going to pick this up, so I'm just going to do it right here. I'd be shocked if he picked it up. By the way, the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast normally happens on Friday, potentially Thursday, but he's got comedy Thursday, and I've got a hockey game Friday. So we're going to punt this week. We're going to skip the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. I can promise you. He is at work. He sees I'm calling.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging
what
system.
The fuck? The Bomb City baller. The legend continues. I need to share my screen with you. Actually, Shelly was there. She says he did great last night. Oh. Kenny says you're just going to have to go. He's always going to say that, apparently. You're right. I am going to see him Thursday. All this talk of bombings is going to put you guys on a watch list, Kent says. All right. Nick says, I miss unhinged Eric. Yeah, that's eventually going to happen if the right thing goes down, but I just don't feel like fighting. Paul says, Ben Glaze the only comedian that wants to be successful without having fans. That would be something, wouldn't it, Paul? Paul, where you been? I haven't heard from you in forever. For God's sake, how are you, buddy? Okay, I need to show you something really, really fantastic. When I saw this, I thought the same thing that the world thought. I went, wait a minute, what am I looking at? And then I kind of dismissed it. And then the rest of the world weighed in and went, oh, just what I thought. I'm so glad that is happening. It is this picture of President Biden and the First Lady, Jill Biden, with former President Carter and former First Lady Rosalind Carter. Now, they're both in their, I believe, late 90s. Okay. Oh, where to begin here? First of all, the press was talking about why isn't anybody wearing a mask? And that's a great question. You would think. Because, here we are, we're talking about if you're vaccinated, you should still wear a mask in some settings. I will. I plan on it just because I don't give a shit. Wearing a mask is not a big deal to me. And but if you're the president of the United States and you're with two of America's oldest citizens, you should have a mask on, even if everyone in that picture is vaccinated. I'm sorry. That's just the way. I mean, that's what people have been told, right? So that's kind of a bunch of bullshit. Now, I've heard that the elderly tend to shrink, like their bodies get smaller, bone mass decreases. And that is a very, very real thing. These two must be experiencing that. Either that or it's just some type of illusion. I'm not sure. Mrs. Carter in particular looks like a doll, like in a dollhouse doll. And Joe Biden looks like he's as big as Shaq. Okay? He's on one knee, and I think he's almost, if you look at the photograph, his knee here, right here, is at the front edge of the chair. So he's actually in front of her. So that kind of increases the mass of him in the illusion style. You know, it just makes him look that much bigger. But someone suggested it looks like he's holding a puppet like Jeff Dunham. Oh, my God. Carter household. You got the beautiful pictures. Jimmy back in the day. This is a picture of Jimmy Carter behind Mrs. Carter, where all Jimmy worried about was whether idiot brother Billy was going to go on another drunken tirade. Remember Billy Carter? That crazy bastard? Jimmy Carter gets in the White House, and Billy Carter says, perfect time for me to launch Billy Beer. Who remembers Billy Beer? Holy shit, the guy was a drunken idiot, man. Hey, man, give me a six-pack of Billy Beer. Jimmy's like, my God, we got to keep this guy in check. But Carter, big smiles, okay? He also looks, excuse me, tiny next to Mrs. Biden, who on her knees, she is still, the chair must be little. This is incredible. So there's a lot of questions in this picture. Why aren't they wearing masks? This is, by the way, a very, very typical. This is how your living room needs to look if you are this age. You need to have this style of carpeting so that you don't trip over the shag. You got to have this type of 1975. Looks like they got this end table out of Elvis's house at Graceland. This lamp is probably as old as they are. Oh, all of this shit is all old school. It all looks very, very creepy. Everything about this is creepy. I wouldn't even be surprised if these two are actually dead. And they're just hanging on to that information and waiting till an appropriate time. But what a weirdo picture that is. So many questions. Fantastic. All right. That's all I need, really. I just want to know where they got the matching toddler chairs. Dirk says, then they go outside and they're wearing masks. It's a great point. I mean, it's a valid question to ask. You know, and if I'm Joe Biden and someone says, how come you weren't wearing a mask? He should say, well, I forgot. Or I screwed up. Just admit it. Don't spin anything on me. Paul writes, no plastic over the furniture. All right. Jason says, spin her head around. Principal says, you invite people to your property. Eric has fostered a wholesome community unheard of. That's genuinely amazing. Well, they're relatives. Do you guys not do that in Ireland? Or would you? Is that something that you wouldn't expect flying out of me? Ken says it looks like one of those pictures where they put normal-sized people in a tiny house to make them look like giants. Principal dads, I think Eric's dad could take on Howard's dad. I think that's what you're writing. I think you left a word out there referring to Stern and his dad. By the way, on Who Are These Podcasts, this latest episode, I forget the dude's name because I don't know. I don't have that vast of a knowledge on the Stern show. Frankly, I don't know if a lot of people that listen to my show do, just because he's never really been on where we are right here. One of Stern's old writers / comics appeared with Carl on Who Are These Podcasts this week, and they had a long talk about the Stern show on Sirius and the New York Post article. It was really enlightening to hear someone who was on the inside, his take on the article. So what's true, what's not true. And Stern is in trouble. Stern is in big trouble. People do not like that show anymore. And it's really rough. I mean, if you go to the subreddit, the Howard Stern subreddit, that audience is pissed. And it has everything to do with Stern leaving the studio and going to his basement fear bunker because of COVID. And he's super obsessed with germs and wear your mask. I mean, he makes me look like, like I've never worn a mask in my life. But and it's just ruined the show, apparently. So it was a really good listen if that's something that you're into, amongst other things that they talk about. All right, the open of the Eric Zane Show podcast is in the books. I'm inviting you to get some merch at ericzaneshow.com. Go there, check it out. I've got a number of T-shirt styles. I would love you to have a T-shirt. T-shirt, hoodie, coffee mug, whatever it may be. Go there and troll around. Look around. ericzaneshow.com, click merch. The open is brought to you by Horizon Hydroponics. My gosh, here we go. Growing season. Outdoor growing season has begun. Now, if you were smart with your plants, you got an early start. And they should be a foot or two big by now. Get those things in the ground, and then off you go. You're going to need more than that, though. If you need any fertilizers, soils, nutrients, additives, you need to go to Horizon Hydroponics and check out their selection of what they have to offer. If you need some expertise behind what you see, there's a phone number at the top of the page. Call them directly and ask your questions, and then make your purchase with a little bit of knowledge behind it about what you need. You can order from anywhere in the USA. Orders $250 and over get you free shipping. And if you use the coupon code ZaneShow at checkout, you will receive 10%. You can also, if you're in and around West Michigan, Lansing, or Kalamazoo, make that order online, use the coupon code, and then go pick it up in person if you want, or just go to the store and shop. HorizonHydroponics.com. That's HORIZEN. Hydroponics.com. There they are right there. Check them out. All right. A&E Heating and Cooling online at aeheatingcooling.net. If you reach out to them to get your air conditioning tuned up, that's going to cost you $79. They're looking for new people. We've got a lot of the folks. I heard from several of you Zaniacs that said, oh, my God, David came out. Joe Martinez came out and tuned up. It's like a celebrity when they show up in the A&E Heating and Cooling van. But if you want to be added to the list of that as a new customer, just call Joe, 616-516-8579, 616-516-8579. Say, tu madre es una puta. And then say, I want you to get to my house and tune up the AC. Don't wait on this. If it's been, if you've never done this, that means that your condenser is loaded with that cottonwood that flies through the air and the pollen and dust and crap at this time of the year. And that means your AC is working much, much harder, using a lot more energy, and it is way inefficient. $79 is all it takes to get that thing hooked up. All right. If you need a new AC, okay, Joe's the guy. Go ahead and get an estimate from two other idiots, other companies. Do that. Get them first. Then call Joe. He's going to give you an estimate. He's going to beat their price. If in the event he doesn't, he will. But if he doesn't, just say, Zane told me you'd beat their price. He's going to go, well, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And then he will. Okay, that's the Eric Zane Show promise. That's the Eric Zane Show podcast discount. He's also going to install a Remy Halo device into your system. The Halo lights up. It kills viruses, bacteria, any pathogen floating through the air, converts it to harmless hydrogen peroxide, which then gets trapped inside of the filter, and then your home is cleaner. You're breathing cleaner air. All right? He's going to install that for free when you get a new AC. All right? A&E Heating and Cooling. Okay, my dad is going to join us in about 17 minutes. See if any of you heard my call about sending in a question for Dear Meathead. Who answered the call? What do we have here? Looking a little slim. Okay, it might be a short episode. This is, I see John has sent a couple of questions. Let's see, what did he ask? Thank you, John. Dear Meathead, I know this guy who wants to be a stand-up comedian. He's been trying for years, but no one laughs at his jokes. What should he do? Dear Meathead, what are some tips for keeping your wife happy? He can definitely park on that. So those are two good ones. That's kind of all I have right now. So, yeah. If anybody has a question for Dad, I would welcome that. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Might be a short session of Dear Meathead. We'll do our best. I definitely want to ask him about what happened with the rudeness about the property, but I'm just going to keep that on the down low. Paul writes, Dear Meathead, how do you outlive healthy people? What? How do you outlive healthy people? I don't know if I want to ask him that. Megan says Jill Biden always looks like she's wearing a nice tablecloth. Not a dig. I love it. Yeah, the print on the dress, absolutely. And that's what I thought too. Question for Dear Meathead. See, he says, if you had a photo op with Joe Biden, would you let him stand next to Joanne and put his arm around her? Okay. Now, can you do me a favor? Because those questions kind of scroll by. Can you guys use the email? If you have a question for Dear Meathead and on the live stream, you put it on there. Unfortunately, I can't be looking for it. So it's really a struggle for me to be able to utilize that. So that's all fine, but it would be awesome if you guys could actually send it along on email, and it's the only way I can do it. So I apologize for that, but if you could send that along, very, very helpful. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Okay, so Dad coming up in now 14 minutes. Okay. The plot thickens for Bill and Melinda Gates. Now, what I'm about to talk about apparently has been known for quite some time. But it's shocking to me that this marriage didn't end sooner. This is very, very strange. Okay. And the first story that I saw on it was a publication called The Daily Caller. And it doesn't look like something that's the most reputable. But I thought, well, maybe I'll probably talk about it. Yesterday I talked about it. I'm like, who's cheating on who? And I don't know if this even qualifies. It's just weird. Okay. This is why, rich people are no better than you or I. Rich people, you might be like, oh man, we gotta offer them all sorts of respect because they're rich. But you know what? This is just fucking crazy shit. The report said that Bill Gates, for decades, every year spends extended time, weekends at a time, every year with his ex-girlfriend. that Melinda Gates says, yeah, go on, spend the weekend with your ex-girlfriend. Now, how the fuck is that? Does that make sense? And then this story showed up on People magazine. By the way, these two, Bill and Melinda, it is remarkable that their children are attractive. I mean, they look like good-looking kids, a boy and two girls, and they look great. Because Bill and Melinda together are two of the most unattractive people I have ever seen in my entire life. Look at these two. I mean, seriously, let's just call it what it is. I mean, when I look at these two, hold on a second here. Where is it? She is a total bow wow. And he just looks like an idiot. You would think that with all that money, look at this guy. He would have spent some money on some freaking Botox. There's so many lines in this guy's face. And she looks like Caitlyn Jenner. I mean, just a disaster. When they're young, they even look terrible. These are horrible looking people. I'm just going to call it out. That's exactly what it is. The worst. So I'm just shocked that their kids look normal. But Gates is a complete idiot. And here's why. For some reason, Bill Gates, this is a guy who's one of the richest people on the planet. So, he's good at making decisions about money and tech and whatever it is he's created over the years, Microsoft founder. So what makes you think that it's a good idea to reach out to your ex-girlfriend and say, yeah, we need to spend time together. I'll run it up Melinda's flagpole. I mean, can you imagine if I went to the Queen of the Forest and I said, hey, honey, I've got an ex-girlfriend and I really am missing her. So do you mind if I unsupervised went to a weekend getaway with my ex-girlfriend every single year for all of the years that we're married? Would you mind that? I mean, what fucking animal would even think, let alone voice that question to any spouse? I mean, what a dangerous game that is. And what a crazy scenario to even think it, say it, do it, and for her to go, yeah, that's fine. So what the fuck is going on here? This is gross to me. I mean, here we are, all of us enjoying the show. Every one of us is no one's rolling in dough, but we make better decisions than one of the world's wealthiest people. Okay? Scoreboard. All of us here are better as couples than Bill and Melinda Gates. These two are absolute animals, in my opinion. What sick son of a bitch would even bring it up to his wife? Oh, my God. Ugly and stupid. That's what I'm telling you. Ugh. And then the kids. Do you think that the kids have been aware of this? How would you feel if you're a daughter or a son and you find out like right now, because I guarantee you they didn't know this was happening. Dad's just off for a weekend trip or something like that. And now, I mean, can you imagine what the kids would be thinking? Mom, why is Dad going off with a strange woman? Ugh. Man, my kids would kill me. They would be mortified because they want to defend their mother. Why would you? Who the fuck does this? Rich people are idiots. Bezos, the same thing. Have you ever noticed how Bezos looks more like a supervillain now? I mean, his head is bald and he's got that one eye that kind of half closes now. He's got this whole type of Lex Luthor vibe going, and money makes people idiots. Thank God we're all poor, okay? Because we would be crazy assholes. You don't see the world through the lens of normal humanity. and you do stupid shit and you act like assholes. That's what's happened here. Money has made these people soft-headed. These are sick individuals who need help. But I mean, seriously, they've got to be too far gone. So she actually initiated the divorce, and there is no prenup or anything like that. So she gets half of his money, which we talked about a little bit yesterday. So she is now one of the wealthiest women on the planet, right up there with Bezos' wife. But oh my God. 56-year-old Melinda does not look 56. I'm sorry, she looks 66. Filed for divorce, stated in the petition that the marriage was irretrievably broken. Yeah, no kidding. They're going to divide the assets. They have the money. They have a ton of land. We're talking hundreds and thousands and thousands of acres of land, hotels. I mean, my God. Bill's 65. Before he met Melinda, because she was working for Microsoft. She joined Microsoft as a product manager in 1987. Bill was dating this other woman, this Ann Winblad. She was a software entrepreneur and a venture capitalist. I don't know what a venture capitalist is. I've heard that term, but I don't even know what the fuck that means. He developed such a strong bond with Winblad that Bill made sure to keep her in his life after they split in 1987. Well, what the fuck does that mean? They developed so basically he's been having an affair. You know, people writes it as they developed such a strong bond. Well, okay, I don't know about that. It's just he's been cheating on his girlfriend who became his wife. That's what's happened. He never got over the ex. Okay, you can spin it any way you want. As some eccentric rich asshole doing some stupid ass shit and not judging him because he's a rich fuck. But fuck that shit. This guy has no idea how to have a relationship with a significant other. He's a piece of shit. Okay? He's the lowest of the low. Even now, Gates has an arrangement with his wife. Oh, God. Arrangement with his wife. It's just so funny to say. He's been cheating on his wife that he and Winblad can keep one vacation tradition alive. This has been known for years, okay? And I've never heard of this. But for some reason, it's manifesting now, and it's obvious what's going on here. He's been cheating on her. Walter Isaacson reported in the 1997 Times story on Bill's life and career. Every spring, as they have for more than a decade, Gates spends a long weekend with Winblad at her beach cottage on the Outer Banks of North Carolina, where they ride dune buggies, hang glide, and walk on the beach. We can play putt-putt while discussing biotech. Gates told the magazine in 1997, yeah, I know what you're doing with your putter, you idiot. I'm not buying this for a second. This is just an open marriage. That's what this is. Money talks. She didn't marry him for his looks. He didn't marry her for his looks. I have no idea why he's even with this woman. Why did you even marry her and start and have children? Why? Okay? Ugh. This is the worst. Winblad added, we share our thoughts about the world and ourselves, and we marvel about how, as two young overachievers, we began a great adventure on the fringes of little-known industry, and it landed us at the center of an amazing universe. Get over yourselves. Oh. Man, that is the worst. So, Bill Gates and Melinda Gates had an open marriage, apparently. And finally, she said, enough's enough. I'm out. Jeez. Kenny says, my money is on her being pretty attractive. Yeah, I don't know about that. She looks like a normal chick to her. Yeah, I don't have time to get her picture. You have to look it up on your own. Tio says Bezos' one lowered eye is from all the pot he's smoking now. Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe. I think there's something wrong with him. Nick says, oh my God, you can't convince me that Melinda Gates did not used to be Kevin Kline. Maybe. All right. Dear Meathead coming up. I got a couple of ads I want to get to. Look at all those questions that rolled in. You guys are awesome. I knew you wouldn't let me down. Dad, in just a moment. In fact, I can ask Dad about, I can put that whole scenario about Bill and Melinda Gates in front of him. How would Joanne feel if you did this? Oh, boy. If you hung out with my mom every weekend or once a year for an extended weekend. All right. Dear Meathead coming up in just a second. It is brought to you by it is brought to you by JM Synthetics. Online at jmsynthetics.com. Quick note. Jason Mays at JM Synthetics has teamed up with a business, a brick and mortar store called Ionia Outdoors. And they're having an outdoor event there at Ionia Outdoors. Excuse me. Flea market, swap meet style sale. On location vendors, food trucks on site. 1540, I can't read, Jefferson Road, Ionia, Michigan. It goes on Saturday, May 22nd from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. I will be in attendance. I will be there for a couple hours hanging out with all these MAGA hat-wearing dum-dums doing Ionia stuff. I'm totally kidding. I don't know what time I'll be there. I'm guessing sometime around lunchtime. So I want to see you there in MAGA country, and we will hang out. So that is an official Eric Zane Show podcast appearance. Suddenly getting busy. Thursday, I'll be with Ben. Tomorrow, watching him perform at Mahala Cafe Bar. And then May 22nd for that appearance at Ionia Outdoors. Like I said, probably around noon. I haven't yet set it in stone. All right. Let's bring Dad in for Dear Meathead. See what he has to say. Johnny on the spot, guy.
Good morning, son.
Hi, Dad. How are you?
I'm well. You sound like you're in the bottom of the well.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. John says I don't have the phone turned up.
Okay.
Hold on a minute.
Sure, no problem.
Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I hear you well.
Oh, my gosh. That was it, huh?
Yeah. Well, there's things that you can do to this thing here, and I'm not aware of it. So Joanne is good at that.
Well, yeah, she's got your back all the time, Dad.
Yeah. Hey, I have a question, though, before you go, honey.
Yeah.
To the subject. Where are you going to be in this particular time that there was supposed to be a shindig? You have some kind of a program that you can't be with?
Are you talking about how when we go up north?
Up north.
Well, while you guys are there, I've got some commitments, job related.
I see.
Job related commitments.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry that this is happening because I really don't want to be there without you.
Well, that's very kind. I love you very much for that.
Oh, that's a fact.
Do you want me to come get you on Memorial Day? I'll bring you back.
No.
Okay. No worries. We'll figure it out. I know.
Hey, no, do what you have to do, honey. You know.
I know that you weren't.
Just that I don't feel good about being out there and you not being there.
I know you weren't happy about that. I'll have to admit it was a surprise to me too. And I did actually discuss it with the audience a little bit, and they're on your side.
Well, I had heard some rumors, or Susie was making noise in here that she's going to be somewhere and all that, but I didn't think that was going to be manifesting. I thought she's going to stick to being out there with us.
I totally understand. Like I said, I kind of just I didn't really want to make a big deal about it at all, but I did want to inform you that there had been a change in the plan. So, I'm not bothered by it, but that's totally up to you.
Well, I know what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to be out there. I'm going to build blizzards anyway, so it don't matter.
Okay. Well, I'd love to see everybody, but I'm going to go up when we traditionally go up there for the long Memorial Day, and I'll just have to catch you guys some other time.
I mean, you got your own plans. That's understandable.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I just didn't know. Nobody, all those plans were made about going up to the property, and no one told me. I had no idea. But whatever. It happens. It's just one of those things.
They didn't tell us either.
I didn't tell anybody. He didn't tell anybody.
No, I mean, that's not very kosher, in case you don't know.
Well, maybe everybody's super busy or something like that. I mean, that could certainly be a possibility.
Well, I know it's generous of you to agree to all of these things, so that's good.
Well, Dad, everybody's looking forward to running some things up your flagpole and see your opinion on them. Are you ready for another edition of Dear Meathead?
I most certainly am. For that audience, I'm ready to go to hell and back.
Yes, they love you. They love you very much. Hey, Dad.
They're wonderful people.
Dad, I'm super tickled by the fact that we have a young man who's listening in Ireland. I think I might have told you that, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that is fantastic.
Yeah.
What a buzz.
Yeah,
my God.
He's listening right now. I think it's let's see, it's 9 a.m. here. Probably about 2 p.m. in Ireland right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. But just the magic of technology. He's able to see us, he's able to hear us. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Ireland is a country of my desire to sometime be there, because for some reason that name is just intrigues me. Because Joanne says it's because she's part Irish.
Well, yeah. I mean, seriously, I think I am too. I think my mom has some Irish in her.
I don't know about that.
Okay, but either way.
No.
Yeah. So, Dad.
She was born and raised in Iran.
My mom?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Your ex-wife?
Oh, not my ex-wife. No. I'm talking about my childhood.
Yeah, you're talking about your mother. I'm talking about my mom. My mom was, she grew up in Detroit, right under the Ambassador Bridge.
That's right.
Yeah.
I had to quit drinking tea in the morning.
That's okay. That's okay. You confuse the hell out of Joanne and I.
I don't know why she was cracking up. It's not funny.
Oh, I was like, wait a minute. My mom's not from Iran. What are you talking about?
Oh, I know. Oh, boy.
That's okay. Dad, I want to bring this up. We just got done talking about it. Have you ever heard of a man by the name of Bill Gates?
Yes.
Okay, so he founded a company called Microsoft. He's one of the world's richest people, and him and his wife, he's worth $137 billion with a B, and him and his wife are getting divorced. And I wasn't aware of this, but he has had an arrangement where every year, okay, he and his ex-girlfriend spend a weekend together. Okay? And the wife, Melinda Gates, apparently knew about it and approved of it. I mean, can you imagine how terrible that would be if you went up to Joanne when you were getting married and said, hey, let's get married. I do. By the way, every weekend, once a year on a weekend, Bernie and I are going to hang out all weekend.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Yes.
That is weird.
So
no, I don't know. We have some crazy thoughts and ideas about some people in this country.
Yeah.
I mean, these are plans that they make, and they live up to it. I don't get it.
That is some weird stuff, Dad. There's no question. We were just talking about it. Thought that was crazy.
That is crazy.
I believe that.
And now they're getting a divorce. So obviously, that's the norm.
Yes, she probably was like, "All right, I've had it. I've had it with you every year, going hanging out with your ex-girlfriend. It's terrible."
Yeah. Can you believe that?
God, that'd be like me walking up to Diana and say, "Hey, honey, so I love you very much, and we've built a great life, but every year I'm going to go hang out with my ex-girlfriend," and she'd kick me right in the balls.
Well, what is it? Are they gay? Gay. Female gay?
No, I think you're confusing. The husband goes out with his girlfriend.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. I was confusing. Oh, my goodness. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
This is a crazy world we're living.
We sure do, Dad. This is a crazy world. And I was blown away that she was okay with that, if she was okay.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, whatever.
You know what my wife would do to me?
Oh, yeah, I know it. Any
Kick me in the butt, say, go get the hell out there and stay there forever.
Yeah, I'm really surprised at that. That just tells me that when you're that rich, you people who make that much money, I think it warps their brains.
Yeah. Well, they give them, we have this, I'm trying to find a word, priority that, hey, I can do what I want to do.
Oh, like
you have no say so in the matter.
Yeah. If I could see that. So much wealth, they think they have a ticket to do whatever they want,
Sure. Oh man.
Yeah.
That's news to me.
So he is worth $137 billion. She gets half of that. So
oh my God.
Can you imagine, Dad? Even just $1 billion. I was doing some math because they're in Grand Rapids. There's a local billionaire. There's a few of them actually, and one is worth about $4 billion. And I think I was doing the math. I think that means he can spend like $1 million a day for like several years in a row. Exhausted. $1 million a day, he could just blow it on anything, and it would take years for him to spend it all.
Wow. Hey, do you know what one of my biggest dreams and desires are in my whole life?
What is that?
That I had quite a bit of money, and I would open up one of the largest orphanage, and I'd be in charge of supervising it. And the orphanage would be male and female separated sections.
Yeah.
Educate them, raise them. I will not be acting like a father to them and all that, but I've been one of the kindest men on earth toward kids, and raise them.
Wow,
and educate them, and and put them out there in the public with knowledge and education, and talent.
Yeah, give them a chance.
Hey. But I could just even do it if I could do it to 10 children.
Yeah, and it'd be great. I think you should stick to being like the happy grandpa and leave the teaching to someone else, though.
Well, no, I will show them love, and what the love is going to give them good housing, good food,
of course,
good education.
Yes, I love it, Dad. It's great. Very cool.
It's just a dream,
Yeah, I know it. John writes this. Dear Meathead, I know a guy who wants to be a stand-up comic. He's been trying for years, but no one laughs at his jokes. What should he do?
He should quit. Hey, if no one laughs at his jokes, isn't that a sign right there that you ought to give it up?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. It seems like he keeps going back.
I mean, there's something the matter with the thinking of this person. I'm not trying to put him down. The man has got a talent that he believes it's a good talent. But if there's no buyers, well, he's got to realize that there's something he's doing wrong. Either find out what it is and correct it.
Exactly.
Or just quit it.
Exactly. I think you make perfect sense. If no one's laughing, change it up, start over, or get out.
Yeah, really, and I'm not putting it down.
No, it's. I think it needs to be said.
Yeah, really. It's just an obvious thing. He's got to realize if there's no takers, you can't be selling it.
Tio in South Dakota writes, Dear Meathead, he has two questions. First of all, do you believe in aliens? Yes or no?
No.
Next question. Do you think O.J. Simpson is guilty of murder?
I believe so.
Okay. Chris writes, Dear Meathead, what's your favorite thing to cook on a grill for Memorial Day?
Barbecues of all kinds of meat.
Doesn't matter what, as long as it's meat.
Well,
yeah,
meat and goods that goes with it, but
sure.
Meat is the main subject there.
I was hoping to have a barbecue with you on Memorial Day, but we can't do that.
Yeah, I would have loved it myself.
Jason writes, if you had an opportunity to get a picture with Joe Biden, would you let him stand next to Joanne and put his arm around her?
Oh, boy. Joanne wouldn't let him. Did you hear what happened to her?
Yeah, she's not interested.
She would not, no, she would not let it.
Okay. Megan writes, Meathead, when you shower, do you wash your hair first or your body first?
I wash my hair first.
Next, she says, do you wash the bottom of your feet?
Definitely.
So do I. Some people don't.
Every part of my body gets washed.
Yeah.
So, hey, that's what it is.
Megan also asks, would you ever adopt a puppy, like right now?
Well, I'm so gun shy. I've had about 4 dogs, or 3 dogs for sure. And I can't tolerate having them. And of course, at this point in my life, I won't be long enough for the dog to mature.
Ah, damn it.
No.
I know.
I mean, hey.
I don't like thinking about that.
I'm way up there in the years, and but I would love to have a puppy.
I think you're wrong. I think you got enough in the tank. You can probably get 2 dogs.
Well, no, I really would love dogs. Dogs are my favorite animals.
Yeah, I know.
As you see now, when you come up there and with your puppy, the one that just comes out there and sits under my chair, O'Neill, and then it stays there.
Yeah, I was going to bring him there Memorial Day, but we can't do that now. Yeah.
That would be cool. No, I love dogs. Dogs are the most favorite animal of mine.
Nathan has a question similar about the money. If you had all the money in the world and could bring your whole family anywhere, where would you want to live? I'm guessing you'd want to live right where you are right now, right?
Absolutely. Well, I got 1 acre land, and the house is small for a lot of people, but I can build a nicer house and bigger house.
Sure, right on the property.
Right on the property. 1 acre. Are you kidding me?
Amanda,
I can build a castle on this thing.
Absolutely. Amanda writes, I have a friend that keeps teasing me because he thinks I should be in an intimate relationship with a friend of his. So I guess what she's saying is her friend is trying to hook her up with with a guy friend of his. He's trying to be a matchmaker, and she writes, I'm not interested in this friend. He's a nice guy, but the thought of being intimate with him disgusts me. How do I tell my friend to stop trying to make us be a couple? Thank you, Amanda.
Amanda, I kind of sympathize with your thoughts. I say sympathize because gaiety is something that belongs to the gaiety group.
No. I think she is talking about a guy. It's a guy-girl relationship.
Oh, guy-girl relationship. Now, would you go over that one more time?
Okay. Her friend is trying to get her to date another person. Okay. She's a girl. He's a guy. But she's not. Yeah. She's grossed out by the guy, so she doesn't want to be with him. He's a nice guy, but she's not interested in any way. she's trying to convince the one guy to stop trying to make them a couple.
Well, hey, listen, that's an individual type of thinking. You should not really get involved in that. To take it on a crusade, that hey, I'm going to do that, try to do the best I can to make it happen. No, you should just back off.
So I took down a couple notes there. You wrote gaiety is a gay thing?
Well, yeah, gay is a gay, But that's not what the question is about.
Right. I was just going back to that because it sounded so hysterical.
I thought it was male to male, type of.
No. It's she's all woman. She's got huge boobs.
I think people should leave people alone. Let them decide.
Yeah, I don't. I know who she's talking about, and I think those two should get together. Honestly, I think they'd make a great couple.
Well, that's all right. That's up to them.
Make their own gravy. So
you're not going to educate them to do something that they're not aware of it, or they don't want to do it.
Yep, they don't. I think it'd be good.
They don't.
It'd be quite a wonderful.
This is the unusual thing that occasionally comes up. People are really meddle in people's lives.
Yeah, you got to leave them alone, even though it would be.
Leave them alone. Like them the way they are for your sake.
It'd be a cataclysmic stench.
Right. Now, if they want to do something different, say, hey, this is my friend. If you want to, that's all.
Right.
Now, let the friends decide what they want to do with each other.
Yes. Finally, Nathan writes, Dear Meathead, do you have a favorite movie?
Favorite movie?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, that question cannot be answered really clearly at this point in my life because I have not been in movies for God knows how long. But I had quite a few movies that I can't recall their names. This goes back 100 years ago.
Well, maybe describe the plot.
Cowboy movies used to be my favorite movies.
Like maybe Clint Eastwood or John Wayne or somebody like that?
Yes. This is going back before I was even in this country.
Okay, so like spaghetti westerns.
Whatever you want to call it. Westerns was just a great movie. Okay. And then our movies it never ended when you went to the movies. The day that the movie ended in the theater, it has a second term coming up like next week and third week, and it continues.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we would go and then watch the movie. Now we trying to steal some money or make some money to go to the movies next week to find out what the next segment of that movie is going to be.
This is back when you were a kid in Iran?
Yeah, yes.
Wow. All right.
And the theaters over there was not the cheapest thing in the world.
No. You had to, no doubt, steal some money in order to see those or sell your body or something. I don't know what you did.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, Dad, I appreciate it. Looks like we're out of time. I've exhausted the questions. So, I just wanted to wrap up and get with you. It's always a pleasure,
All right. Well, first and foremost, tell your family I love them. I definitely love you, and I love my audience. These people are super.
I know it. They are the best. They keep they keep me doing this, and I'm very, very blessed. Count our blessings every day.
God bless having them. Believe you me.
Yep. Okay. Well, you guys, I love you very much. I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
All right. And have a wonderful holiday, and I'll see you at the tail end of it when you're out here visiting.
Okay, Dad. See you guys. Love you too. Love you too. See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, there you go. Yeah, he's annoyed. He's pissed about the whole, oh boy. It didn't take long to get him going. And I think Joanne's annoyed too because she would have said, okay, stop it. She would have told him to quit it if she didn't agree with him. So I'm thinking for sure that there's going to be a conversation held between my dad and some of the other folks that are involved in this. Oh, boy, I would hate to be you guys. Again, I have nothing to do with it. All I did was deliver the message. I have no opinion. I'm staying out of it. Let you guys fight it out. Dear Meathead is always brought to you by my friends over at JM Synthetics. Thank you very much, Jason Mays, for being part of this show. And there you go. Excellent. Whew. As always, love our time with Dear Meathead. I would love to promote your business. Reach out to me, Eric at ericzaneshow.com, if you want to do that. Just send me an email, and I will tell you how it works. There's no commitment on your part, obviously. Just me explaining how it can fit into your lifestyle, your budget, whatever it may be. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. I can put you in front of thousands of people each and every week. Honestly, I make fun of the amount of people watching, but I do get a lot of people that watch the videos after the fact, after they air live. A lot of people take what I do for granted because I do it every single day. So it's not the easiest thing in the world to get tons of people watching at any one time. People are like, he's doing that again. But still, I average each month about 120,000 minutes viewed of my live streams. Thousands of people every week download the audio podcast. There's plenty of opportunities for you to be seen and heard with your business. Just reach out. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. I am supposed to reach out to the Queen of the Forest. That's why I am grabbing this mic setup again, because I had to run something up her flagpole about another story that we have, and I'll get to that in just a second. Thanks, as always, to the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Call Mario at 231-332-6505, or you can get to his website by getting to mine, ericzaneshow.com. No matter where you are, reach out to Mario, and he can give you the details on, you can start the process of getting a mortgage. Now, if you have a great credit score, this is easy. You just provide whatever documentation you normally do for that process, maybe some bank statements, proof of income, whatever it may be, and then off you go. All right? And that's an easy process. I highly recommend every couple of years you look at refi, because like right now, like if a person has, what they thought was a great rate at 3.8% over a 30-year fixed, right now, and it won't last forever, you can drop down to a 15-year fixed for probably 1.25% less. That's going to save you a ton of money. Example, you got a $300,000 home. You got a 30-year fixed at 3.85. You're going to pay about $180,000 in interest by the time it's all said and done paying that thing off after 30 years. Drop it 1.25% on a 15-year fixed. Your interest is going to be about $55,000 over that 15 years. So you're paying $130,000 less in interest. That's unbelievable. Okay? Going from $55,000 paid on the 15-year fixed, when you were paying on a 30-year fix, $180,000+ interest. Holy shit. That's incredible. Well, yeah, but that monthly payment now is going to kill me. Can you scrap up another $300 to $400 a month? This is all doable. And then you're out of the loan in 15 years. You've built the equity. Once you get it paid off, you don't have to pay that big nut anymore each month. Man, think about that. You should always check about if a refi is right for you. You should always check. Don't just get the rate and then wait, okay, and just pay it off. What if you got a 4.5% interest rate way back when? That's shitty now. And it ain't going to stay low forever. So reach out to Mario, and he can tell you about how that works. Okay, I'm starting to sweat our TC paintball event. We are stone cold. We've stone cold stopped on people that want to participate in our event. It comes up Sunday, May 16th. Let me take a look here. Paintball, May 16th. Tarantula Farmer, +2. So that's 3. Matt Kuiper, that's 4. Tyler Kerr, that's 5. Kevin Kuiper's 6. Nick and Andrea, 7, 8. Terry's kid and Terry's wife, that's 10. Maze, that's 11. Reached out to Throat/Dale. He can't show up. I reached out to Schnabel. Haven't heard back. Holy crap. We are just over a week away from this. I need bodies. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Sunday, May 16th, 5 p.m. Pizza party to start the festivities. And then paintball outside. $35. You get all the field time. You get the paint. You get the mask. You get the gun. You'll shoot me. It's awesome. Don't leave me hanging. Don't make me sweat this. The Lexapro can only do so much. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. If you want to participate, I promise you will not be let down. I even reached out to Mike Ball, and he might be doing more stupid family stuff. Come on! All right. That's the official hard sell. Let me see if I can get the Queen of the Forest in here for this story. I warned her that I would be calling. She said 8 to 9 a.m. is not good. I'm teaching. After 9, it'll be better. Come on, honey.
Hello, you have reached out.
Okay, hang on a second here. Hey, Siri.
Mm-hmm.
Text Pooh.
What do you want to say?
So give me a call if you can break away for a minute, period. I have to run something by you on the podcast, period.
Your message to Pooh says, so give me a call if you can break away
All right.
for a minute. I have to run something. Okay, it's sent.
This story was sent to me by a number of you. So many questions here. Some folks in Japan, researchers in Japan, did a study, and I'm really shocked that they would even do something like this. And they, oops, scare the hell out of me. She says, "Okay, give me 5." You see me jump? Oh, what? Japanese researchers discovered that men with big noses, I can't even read, men with big noses tend to have bigger cranks than others. So, this explains a lot. In particular, Boring Dean, who, as I understand it, he's single, at least as far back as I can remember. I don't think has a significant other right now. I'm pretty confident that if there are any single Zaniac women in West Michigan, Dean's crank has been inside of their body. And I think the ladies know that the size of the nose has something to do with the size of the crank. I think they knew this before these Japanese researchers did. Okay. So I need to run some questions by the Queen of the Forest about this. This study is the first to demonstrate the relation. This is not a joke. This isn't like some stupid site that you never hear about. It was published in the New York Post. Well, that's kind of a stupid publication, but still. The study actually happened. The study is the first to demonstrate the relationship between penis length and nose size, wrote researchers from the Kyoto. Ah, shit. She calls and then I let it go to fucking voicemail. What an idiot. Got one job. Hi, honey. How are you?
Good.
Excuse me. Hang on a second here. How's everything going in class today?
Good. A little busy. Got
Yeah.
a couple cranky people, but other than that, we're okay.
I talked to the audience about, hey, we're changing the date of our Memorial Day trip, and we're not telling Dinah and Eric.
Yeah, that's nice.
I told that story, and then Dad is still ticked.
He is.
Oh yeah, and I told the audience is furious too. They're like, "Oh my God, I cannot! How rude is that?" Unbelievable.
Well, it is rude. And I was thinking last night, like, what if by chance we had planned something for that weekend with a bunch of our friends or something like that?
Right. Yeah.
They couldn't,
Yeah.
So we should have been in the loop from the very beginning.
What it was we are changing the plans, but not telling the host. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
We're not going to bring it. We're not going to run it up the flagpole ahead of time. We're just going to do this, and you have no say, even though it's your property. What? That might be one. When described that way, it's actually making me more angry. I actually am considering having a rage out.
Yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed. I'm a lot annoyed, but
changing plans. Call the people who's having the party that we're changing the plans for them. What?
Well, first of all, were they even to tell us? I mean, we just happened to stumble upon it because you sent out the message.
Yeah, I said, hey, I'm looking forward to seeing you on Memorial Day.
Oh, my word.
Okay.
Yeah, it's quite frustrating, annoying, and dickish on their part.
Well, speaking of dickish, I have to run something by you.
It has to do with a dick?
It does.
Oh, no.
Okay.
What is it?
Have you, other than me, have you seen more or less than 5 penises
Mm-hmm.
in your past?
Including you?
I'm sorry?
Including you?
No, not including me. How many other have you seen more or less than 5 penises?
Less.
Okay, but
unless it was like in a picture.
Well, let's just say, okay. Before I knew you, Diana had been intimate with other people, which is none of my business. And I'm not going to make you feel bad in any way. Don't worry. I just need to know something because you need to be able to compare penis size of your husband to the other people that Diana had been intimate with. Because there's a study that is out by the Kyoto Prefectural University of Medicine that says that men with big noses have big penises. So
I can confirm that.
Now, I don't usually stare at other men's cranks, but do you think that so you're saying that I have a big crank is what you're telling the audience?
Yes.
Okay. Is it the type of crank that when I'm getting the ramming, you're like, "Oh God, take it easy."
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a real. Okay, someone else is calling me. Can you believe this?
No. I gotta go in.
No. All right. So
I'm Mr. Wick.
Oops, Jesus. Oh my God. Hold on a second here. Let me get her back on there. What the hell was that? I think I just picked up the other call. Hey, you there? You there? Hey.
Hello.
Yeah. Hey, you won't believe what I just did. I just hung up on you, and
yeah, you did.
And Jeffrey's mother was saying, "Hello, Mr. Eric."
Oh no.
So anyway, that was crazy. So you got to get back to work, but you're confirming that the crank is huge now, and you even dated a black guy for a period of time. Hello?
No.
Yes, you did. Well, yeah, you definitely did. Come on.
He was biracial, so that doesn't count.
So what? He's half a black guy. That's so I mean, so I was packing more heat than the black guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, this is good. All right, thank you. I appreciate that.
I gotta go.
Okay, I love you.
Nice combo.
Okay,
love you too,
thanks.
bye.
Love you. Bye. There you go. So your old pal Eric Zane is packing. Jesus, poor lady. God, what the hell just happened there? According to the study, to determine the connection, scientists examined. That's my first question. Do they just walk up to guys on the street who have big noses and they say, "Hey, drop them. Let's see what's up"? Or do you want to participate in the study and pay them or something? I mean, how does this happen? No, that's not how they did it. In order to figure this out, scientists examined corpses of 126 recently deceased middle-aged men, measuring everything from the cadaver's height and weight to the circumference and length of their flaccid members. For the study, posted in Basic and Clinical Andrology, scientists approximated the measurements of the subject's manhood when erect by laying the dead guy down, and then they would take the penis and stretch it as high as it would go. Because obviously the dead guy can't get a boner. So these little Japanese dudes would grab the crank and stretch it. Now, okay, that's a terrible job. Can you imagine? Say, hey, here at the here at the Study Center, Prefectural University of Medicine in Kyoto, you guys got to measure dead guys' dicks today and see if there's a correlation between height and dick size and nose size. Oh my God, holy shit! So they have to stretch out the dick like it's stiff. Now, I would be scared to death that if a deceased person, this had to have happened, the dick actually rips off when they stretch it. I mean, seriously. Then they compared the results to the lengths of the dead guys' noses. They found that men with a 2.2-inch nose packed a bigger penis that clocked in on average of 5.5 inches long. Okay? So, and then they measure from where the forehead, the base of the nose, up between your eyes, down to underneath where that septum there. That's where they measure. Meanwhile, dead guys with noses 1.8 inches, their penises measured about 4 inches. So basically, I have about 1.5 inches on all of you little-dicked, small-nosed assholes. So take that. So it doesn't care about it. It doesn't matter the size of how tall you are, your hands, or anything like that. It's the nose. That's what does it. So, hey, I mean, you heard it from the princess or the queen of the forest. Definitely not the princess of the forest. You heard it from the queen of the forest. She said, "Oh yeah, it's like I'm getting bored out every single time. It's like, oh God, take it easy. More lube for God's sakes. Oh Jesus." Just realized Jackie's going to listen to this. It's terrible. It's a terrible feeling right now. Surprisingly, there was no link between the size of a man's olfactory organ and the length of his flaccid penis, which researchers chalked up to some patients being growers while others are showers. The fact that nose size is related to stretched penile length indicates that penile length may not be determined, I can't read, by age, height, or body weight, but has already been predetermined before birth. So baby Jesus said, I'm giving this guy a big-ass nose. He's going to get all sorts of shit about it. Everybody's going to make fun of him because of his huge beak. So, all right, I'm going to give him a gigantic crank, and God help his wife. While researchers discovered a link between nose and penis dimensions, the reason why stretched penile length and nose size are related is still unclear. Throw in the fact that the experiment is limited to dead Japanese males, and more research may be needed into the relationship. Measuring once, isn't that a myth, a stereotype that Japanese guys have small cranks? Hasn't that been perpetuated for some time? Measuring one's snout isn't the only way to gauge manhood length. Previous studies have linked penis size to everything from salary to the size of discrepancy between the index and ring fingers. I think one thing we can be sure of, guy who drives down the road with truck nuts and gigantic truck jacked up, rolling coal on every biker that he sees, that guy has a small penis. So there you go. That's all we need to know. All right. Let's see. Where do I need to go next? What do we need to talk about? All right. I got to get to the story about the Chauvin juror. I'm going to cover that next. This is bad. I got this from more than one of you, and I read it, and I went, yeah, we got to talk about this. Chauvin might get that... I don't want to wreck it. I've got the Patreon bonus podcast coming up in a little bit. I do that each and every day. The point is, I podcast for free, and I tell you about the Patreon. You like this, you like the free one, you're going to love the Patreon. This is just the appetizer. The Patreon is the main course. It all works together. Please consider joining my Patreon. You keep the lights on, you keep the puppies fed, you keep me doing what I'm doing. Please consider prayerfully, as they say in church, please prayerfully consider joining me on Patreon. $5 or $10 a month is all it is, and you get a ton of content. The daily Patreon bonus, the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast with a live Zoom audience, and a whole lot more. It's all there. I spend a ton of time building the Patreon, and I would love you to be part of it. $5 a month gets you the audio. $10 a month gets you the audio and the video and the live streams. You can play Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer trivia. And if you like it, if you really like it, instead of just having it recurring charge every month, you can convert to a yearly at any time, and I'll save you 10%. So what was $120 a year if you go month to month for the $10 a month? That's $108 now. I'll save you 10%. If you do just the audio, I'll save you $6 a year. So that becomes $60 a year becomes $54 a year. You see? Or try it. You hate it, cancel it. You get the rest of that month. Thank you very much for considering joining my Patreon. I appreciate it. That's how we're able to keep doing what we're doing. Patreon has kept the lights on for a long, long time. Very, very proud of it. Pour my heart and soul into it. I would love you to be part of it. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. 616-532-6600. That's, I should say, Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. They've added to their expertise. This is the only place in West Michigan to take your car if you have an EV. All of the dealerships reach out to them. Okay, what does that tell you? The Google reviews, unbelievable track record of success. Okay, if there is ever a dissatisfied customer, Irvine's are the folks that immediately respond to a negative review. Hey, how do we make this right? And then the negative review gets changed. It's amazing. They are the best, okay? If you wish, you can drop it off after hours, okay? And then everything can be taken care of either by phone or email. You don't even need to see a person. You can pay online. You can pick your car up with your key in the drop box when it's done and paid for. It's great. Irvine's Auto Repair. Irvine's Auto Repair in Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV, specializing in European, Asian, and domestic vehicles for any type of repair. In West Michigan along 44th Street, right by 131. My friends at Cornhole America are inviting you to reach out to them, cornholeamerica.com, if you need a set of professional, high-quality cornhole boards. And you can put any design that you want onto a set of cornhole boards. Any design. Your favorite team. Your last place Pistons. Your last place Tigers. Your last place Red Wings. Detroit sports sucks so bad right now. Do you remember when I was talking on the show about the Detroit Tigers and Akil Baddoo and how everybody was excited about him? Well, all that shit, all that shit is out the window. They suck now. They've won 8 games they've won 8 games and lost 22. They stink. They're the worst team in baseball, just like that. What the hell has happened? Well, anyway, you can put them on a set of cornhole boards, cornholeamerica.com. When the Lions have the most positive reviews, you know it's bad. The Lions just finished an NFL draft that, by all accounts, is very, very good. So the Lions are like the darlings of sports in Detroit right now. The Red Wings, Tigers, and Pistons are all an absolute shit show. Jeez. All right. Anyway, Cornhole America, online at cornholeamerica.com. Get yourself a set of professional cornhole boards. If you want just their logo on it, this one right there with their little guy throwing the bag, that's about $170. Okay? If you want, my logo on it, Tennessee State flag on it, this coffee mug on it, that black guy on the mask on it, that's going to cost you a little bit more. Go to cornholeamerica.com for details. Even the bags are custom made, individually made with whatever logo you want on them. You even decide what you want in the bag. Actual corn kernels, cornhole, or the synthetic stuff. cornholeamerica.com. Okay. What you got here is one of the jurors in the Derek Chauvin trial lied on the preliminary questionnaire, and that is putting the verdict against Chauvin in jeopardy. Now, if you're a person who is sympathetic to the family of Chauvin and Chauvin himself, and you think that the cop is guilty going in, and you're in the jury pool, through normal Q&A, you will be eliminated. You are expected to answer honestly. I had to go through jury selection one time about, it was a case in Grand Rapids. It was a police officer who was suing because he was given desk duty because he was so obese. They felt he could not be out on the street, and he was a liability to the safety of himself and others because he couldn't move. And so he wouldn't change his habits, so they put him behind a desk. And so he sued for discrimination. I don't know what happened in the case. All I know is that I was sitting there being questioned by the attorneys, doing my duty. I watched the stupid video, fill out the questionnaire, and then they start asking questions to the jury. And he asked me what I do, and I tell them I'm on the radio, and I gave him all the details about that. They don't like that. And then they start asking me opinions about obesity and fitness, and I tell them I've got a degree in health promotion and rehabilitation, and what do I do in my spare time? And this was at a time when all I did was swim, bike, run for triathlon. I probably weighed 140 pounds, soaking wet, super, super healthy at the time. It didn't take long before the defense said, "Get out. Thanks for your service. We don't want you." So that was it. I just basically answered the questions honestly and went my way out on my own, and I was asked to leave the jury pool. Okay. So in this case, this dude, black guy, Brandon Mitchell, was one of the jurors. And he lied in the pre-trial questionnaire thing about and I'll get to it. I'm just going to cover the article from the beginning, and then the details will come out in that order, so I don't like hem and haw around it. Recently surfaced photo shows one of the jurors in Derek Chauvin's trial wearing a Black Lives Matter T-shirt at a police accountability protest last summer, possibly complicating the former officer's guilty verdict. Now, just so you know, I think Chauvin's guilty as shit, and he's getting what he deserves. Now, but if this, when it comes to a fair trial, you still need to have impartiality on the jury. You can't have a ringer in there, and you can't have somebody lying on the questionnaire. That kind of, it's a bad move, because if someone finds that out about you, you could fuck it up for the family of the deceased who want Chauvin to, be behind bars for a long, long time, if not the rest of his life. So it behooves you to not risk that. He's probably going to be found guilty anyway. So why the fuck? Unless you just feel like you have to, you want to settle a score or something like that on behalf of the family. You want to make doubly sure that you can be a ringer for the prosecution. That's why. Is that why you lied? So I don't know. So the photo shows the guy, or known as Juror 52. He's at a rally in August in D.C. It's called the Get Off Our Necks Commitment. The Get Off Our Necks Commitment March. Well, this is all you need to know. He's at a Get Off Our Necks rally, okay? Wearing and in his shirt, it says Get Off Our Necks, and it's got George Floyd's picture on the T-shirt. One of the fucking jurors. Oh, my God. Okay, let me just tell you. Trying to be fair. I try to be impartial. I'm always calling bullshit, and I bust balls all the time about, when Dirk sends me emails and Patriot Nick sends me shit, all that fucking MAGA stuff these dummies send me. But at the end of the day, this is complete horseshit, okay? This is absolute bullshit. And it's also bullshit that this was not even mentioned this morning on the Today Show. This is a big deal. This puts the trial in jeopardy. Okay, if you're the defense, you right away say mistrial, 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 file a motion, file a motion. You do whatever you can because you have a juror who lied on the screening process. You have to be impartial. This proves that this guy was not impartial. That's not fair. And again, it's coming from a guy who thinks Chauvin should be locked away forever. Still, it's got to be a fair trial. As you know, Mitchell and 11 other jurors found Chauvin guilty of second-degree murder, third-degree murder, and manslaughter in the death of George Floyd. He's awaiting sentencing in June. Legal experts have said that the image would likely lead to questions in court, though they differed over a possible result. The experts said the discovery of the photo could give Chauvin a stronger case for an appeal and possibly even a mistrial. Jurors were asked on their initial questionnaire whether they had participated in any demonstrations or marches against police brutality that took place in Minneapolis after George Floyd's death, and whether they or anyone close to them had participated in protests about police use of force or police brutality. That is a very clear question. So this asshole answered no to both of those questions and felt he had been extremely honest in answering the questionnaire. Okay, you dick. He's wearing a T-shirt at the Get Off Our Necks rally with George Floyd's picture on the T-shirt. He should be charged with contempt right there for that. He has made comments about the T-shirt, and those comments are conflicting. He told CBS in Minnesota that he wore it to I wore that to reflect the events in 2020. What? Not because he believed he was attending a protest focused on Floyd, but in his interview with the Star Tribune, he said he does not remember wearing or even owning the shirt. Okay. So 2 interviews said different things. That's fucked. It's getting worse for this idiot. Mitchell told the Star Tribune that the march in August was 100% not a march for Floyd, but a voter registration rally. Okay, now you're making up so many lies that it's getting annoying. At the Get Off Our Necks rally, you're wearing a shirt with George Floyd on it, yet it is not a march for George Floyd. However, Floyd's brother and sister, Philonis and Bridget Floyd, were at the event speaking. It was organized by Al Sharpton's National Action Network. Sharpton had announced the march during Floyd's memorial. Hey, this is rest in peace, George. On George's behalf, we're going to have the Get Off Our Necks rally with George's face on the T-shirts. And this idiot, juror, says this is not a rally for George Floyd, but rather voter registration. Come on, man. This is bullshit. He should have never been on that jury in the first place. Again, Chauvin did this. He's guilty of it. He should be in jail for a long, long time. But you're fucking everything up for the family and all these people. And now what's going to happen is all the people, when this is declared a mistrial, what if a city burns? All because some asshole, he's probably wanted to make sure that Chauvin was convicted. But you put the whole thing in jeopardy. I'm saying that your heart may have been in the right place, but that your heart has no business being part of any jury. It is the duty of the jury to put the blinders on and focus on the evidence. And you didn't do any of those things, and then you lied about it. So eat shit. You screwed this up for George Floyd's family. This is your fault. But they're going to spin this thing and say it's the fault of whatever, the media or this white guy, or it's oppression, and then the city's going to burn, and it's going to be all your fault. You did this. My God. See, is there anything else in this? This thing goes on for quite a bit longer. So I guess time will tell. But if you're the attorney for Chauvin, you definitely want to look into this. In general, the experts said the photo would lead to questions in court and could bolster Chauvin's appeal case. So you helped Chauvin here by lying on the pre-jury questionnaire. It could also lead to a mistrial, though that would be an extreme conclusion. Oh my God, if they declare a mistrial, don't go outside. If you're near any major city, do not go outside. Experts who spoke with CBS Minnesota agreed that Mitchell would have to be questioned in what's known as a Schwartz hearing. May the Schwartz be with you. And said that depending on his answers, a mistrial could be called. I think when you take a look at this, I think it's shocking that this all happened. Not surprising, though. And shocking and also not surprising that no one's talking about it. This should have been a top story on the news today. But no one is going down that road. And it's all this idiot's fault. All right. Asshole of the day. We got an asshole of the day. We're going to get to that in just a bit. So your nominations. The Bidens for not wearing a mask. Yeah. You gotta walk the walk if you're going to talk the talk, especially around our old folks. Okay? The vaccine is now 100% foolproof, and you can still, as we've been told, be harboring some of the virus. So you don't want to expose people unknowingly. So wear the stupid mask when you're around people that are 100 years old and are very, very tiny. Okay? My family members for rescheduling our vacation, they could be assholes of the day. We've got a lot of asshole of the day nominees. Yeah, I don't even want to say Diana for not letting the dog out because I know she doesn't have a chance of winning that. Bill Gates for going to see his old girlfriend when being married to Melinda. Yeah, you might be smart enough to start Microsoft and be a billionaire, but you're not smart enough to maintain a marriage. Eat shit. The Chauvinger. What's this guy's name? I already forgot. That would be Brandon Mitchell. Brandon Mitchell is a nominee for Asshole of the Day. That's it. Brandon Mitchell, Bill Gates, my family members, or the Bidens. Tough sledding. You got to pick one. You cannot pick two. Pick one. On the comments, give me a vote. The Bidens, no mask. My family members, Bill Gates, Brandon Mitchell. Chauvinger. All right. Got an email of the day concerning motor oil. I talked about yesterday changing the oil. I made a joke. Aaron writes, I'm pretty sure you were being tongue-in-cheek about dumping the oil outside, but just in case, you can take your used oil to any place that sells or changes oil, and they will accept it for free. I'll just go to Irvine's. And then he adds, check out this article. 1 gallon of used oil poured in the ground can contaminate 1 million gallons of fresh water. Wow. I've also found, Eric, that kitty litter works great for soaking up any spills in the garage. Wish I'd have known that. I would have used that instead of 15 rolls of paper towel. Thank you. That's remarkable that 1 gallon can contaminate 1 million gallons of fresh water. It makes you wonder when that Deepwater Horizon thing blew up, however long ago that was, and that thing was spewing out 5,000 barrels a minute for weeks or months. How is the ocean able to recover after that? Incredible. Why isn't it just a big black soup? Holy crap. All right. So there you go. That is your email of the day. Okay. All we have to do is award the asshole of the day. I'll get to that in a second. It's a mystery who it's going to be. We got a lot of great candidates. So vote away. Vote right now. 1 vote per person. And there can only be 1 asshole of the day. Thank you to BK Guns and Stuff. 616-902-2447. The Gunsmith on the Eric Zane Show podcast. If you have weaponry and it needs to be worked on, either it's malfunctioning, cleaned, serviced in any way, modified, custom work on it, okay? reach out to BK Guns and Stuff. Get a look at their work on their Facebook page. You can find them by searching the letter B, the letter K, Guns, the letter N, Stuff. Or click on their logo at ericzaneshow.com. All right. Yesterday's asshole of the day was the guy out in front of Kid Rock's bar waving his colostomy bag around. Very, very gross. By the way, either I'm nose blind now or the fart finally faded out in this room. Ugh, that was rough. Okay. Let's see what you think about asshole of the day. Starting at the bottom, working my way up. T.O. says, Brandon Mitchell, the juror. Wow, tough decision today for asshole of the day because all nominees today are legit assholes. But he's voting for Brandon Mitchell. Tandy says, Bill Gates. Dean says, Brandon Mitchell. Lisa says, your family. DC says, family. Chris says, Brandon Mitchell. Scott says, family. Jason says, Brandon Mitchell. Japanese researcher, says Jason, for molesting dead guys. Honorable mention to the family. Tyler, step siblings. Patriot Nick, the juror for attempting to tip the scales of justice. Andrea says, I vote for your family members. Dirk says, vaccine still not approved by FDA. Contextually, why are you talking about that? What? We're all staying on the same page. Yet you are still. This is why you get made fun of so much. Amanda says, the juror. Jimmy says, can you use my song list? Yes, Jimmy. Jason says, you think that BLM would denounce this guy, but nope, nothing. All right. Well, yeah, I don't think they're going to do that. Come on. All right. Dirk says, George Floyd's family will be fine. The city made them millionaires before the trial. Oh, my God. All right. Dirk says, because you said the vaccines were fine, dumbass. I did? When did I say that? Kenny says FDA approval means nothing. Google aspartame. I know Kenny's been going hard on aspartame for some time. All right. Okay. Your asshole of the day, hard and fast, without a doubt, is Brandon Mitchell. The scummy freaking juror who lied about everything concerning George Floyd. This is a huge mistake on his part, puts the whole case in jeopardy. Yeah, they may be fine financially, but I'm sure that the family doesn't want to see Chauvin go free. Like you might. All right, that's your asshole of the day. Brandon Mitchell gets it. Scientist Dean says vaccine is DNA alternation. Alternation? I don't know about that one, Dean. Thank you. We have so many great scientists in the audience. That's a thing. I really love the expertise on display by the Eric Zane Show podcast audience, a science audience community. Dean and Dirk and maybe even Patriot Nick. These are three of the world's most qualified scientists. So basically, what you need to do here is if you go to your family physician and you sit in front of them, and then you say, "Okay, doctor, what should I do about this vaccine?" And then your family trusted doctor says you should get the vaccine. And then what you need to do is don't rush and go get it. You need to consult Dean, the guy who cuts down trees, Dirk, who does something with computers, and Patriot Nick, who just got a new sweet job by driving a truck. Before you do anything else, before you get that shot, you need to call these three, okay? And if they agree that your doctor is wrong, you should probably listen to those three. That's what I would do. I would not listen to your doctor. Is anyone else detecting how snarky I'm being? Does that not sound like the craziest bit of madness that any one person could say? These three stupid twats are suggesting that they are smarter than your doctor. All I'm suggesting is you talk to your doctor. And then you weigh up their answer, your family physician. Compare it to truck driver, sex crazed, giant cranked lumberjack, and weirdo who loves Rush and Boba Fett and does something with computers. And that's who you got to run it by. If you can pass that litmus test, then perhaps you should agree with them. That's what you're going up against. All right. You guys are the best. I appreciate you. Thank you for putting up with me. I'll talk to you on the Patreon. Till next time, have a good one, folks. Bye-bye.